I'd go to pulmonologist and wouldn't get any help at all. I was getting worse every week. I could feel the difference. I knew that I was going to spend the rest of my life watching TV. Lack of hope. I had given up on life. I was just watching myself go down with no hope. That's why we jumped on this so fast. With a little bit of hope. And that's all I needed. Now everything is turned around. I was pretty much sold when I talked to Dory, but then I watched these videos of the different people, and they seemed so real. I guess that's the word. They were people just like us who had the same problems and were a little bit better. They didn't promise the moon, and we've never been promised the moon. We're promised just we're going to do our best and maybe make a little difference. Well, we got a lot more than promised. Where for me to walk from my chair to the bathroom was a challenge. I would be out of breath and have a hard time just walking 30 feet. Now, I guess I'd have to say 3 weeks ago. April was our first treatment. About 3 weeks ago in June, I decided I didn't need my oxygen anymore. I was on oxygen 24/7, bought the Inogen thing so I would be able to travel a little bit, but it still was very, very difficult. But I don't need it anymore. I woke up a couple weeks ago and felt like going for a run. I just had that thought, I'm going to go for a run. I haven't had that thought in 20 years. I mean, not even a thought, but to actually go out and do it, and I did. I ran for about 100 yards, and then I walked a little bit, and I ran back another 100 yards, and walked a little more, and sat down and said, wow, this feels great. They typically start the conversation by saying, hey, you look really good. My color's changed, and not just because of the shirt. I don't wear this all the time. But my chiropractor, the first thing he said is after the first visit, I went to him a week later, and he said, wow, your color is great. You look better than you've been for years. People I see on a daily basis are typically asking, how's it going? You know, they all knew we were coming here, so they want to know the results, and then they see the results. They see me not carrying my oxygen into church. It used to be I couldn't get through the service without some oxygen. Fortunately, we had the money. We didn't have to, but if we didn't have the money, we'd have taken out a loan. If you don't have hope, if you're sitting there wasting away, what's the point in that? I mean, the cost to come here is nothing compared to your future. What's your life worth? What's one day worth? Much less a good day. That's what I want. I don't want just another day. I want good days. That's why we're here. And you guys are helping make a lot of good days, and I expect a lot more in the future. There is hope. It's worth it. Everything about this process is exciting. And the future, I think, is so incredibly bright.